So once again, welcome everyone. I'm going to introduce Wholistic Health Alliance very briefly. I'm the founder president, and I'm myself an MD in Ayurveda and a consultant in Ayurveda and a faculty. And Wholistic Health Alliance is a platform I created in 2012 initially. It began in 2012, got incorporated in 2015. The goal of this nationally launched nonprofit, which has two chapters currently, one in Massachusetts, one in Colorado, the goal is trifold. One is to create a unified platform for all holistic practitioners, which we don't see happening as yet. At least at the time when I had launched, there was no one single unified platform for holistic practitioners. They were separate directories and groups, yoga groups, energy healing groups, meditation groups, etc. But no one platform that brings all of us together. And we often complain of practitioners operating in silos. But within the holistic sector also, unfortunately, because there is no conversation, communication, because of that, there is no collaboration happening, because often, even within the holistic sector, practitioners do not understand each other's modalities. How do they work? What is the approach like? So they don't end up working together. So that was one of the primary goals. And also all everyone associated with the holistic sector needs the strength of unity, because we are all trying in our own necks of the woods, on our own steam, and it's an uphill battle. We have the powerful pharma industry and all of the holistic approaches. We don't get support. So the whole idea was, let's not depend on anybody. Let's ourselves come together and create that strong platform where we understand each other, we can support each other, we can be the enablers and the educators. So the second goal was to educate the community, because if the community does not know what else is out there in addition to the chemicals, the pills, the drugs, how will they use it? So we have to go out there. This is grassroots work, basically. We have to go out there. We have to educate the community as to what else can you do besides all of those drugs and chemicals. Who is offering that? Where are they offering it out of? So that kind of education, and we are going to see that today also. And this work, this grassroots work, is even more relevant today in the pandemic times, because even modern medicine, which used to be the go-to for all people, does not have any answers. This is the time when people are seeking non-conventional sources. So the second goal is to educate the community, to show them where are the resources, who is providing them, what does it entail. So that's why we hold these free monthly talks. And third most important goal is, when the time comes, we are able to all get together to influence and advocate to the policymakers, so that we have more and more choice to and coverage. We are not licensed in this country. So these were some of the main key goals. And as of today, we also have a youth brigade initiative, which I will not talk much about, but it is one of my pet projects, and it is one of the most powerful initiatives we have undertaken. So please check out our website and you'll find all the details there. Our youth brigade has just a few months ago launched the Teen Mental Health Initiative, and we already have 3 chapters in 3 schools. So it's great how grassroots level work can grow slowly but steadily, and for sure. So very proud of whatever work Wholistic Health Alliance is doing. Please do check us out on www.holistichealthalliance.org. holistic spelled with the W. So www.holistichealthalliance.org, and you can see the story behind W on the website, and you can check out the Youth Brigade initiative as well. So with that, I'm going to introduce, first of all, welcome Meghan Leighton as our speaker. Please correct me if I'm not pronouncing your last name properly, Meghan. Is it okay?
You said it correctly, Dr. Shah.
Thank you. So Meghan is a yoga instructor, certified mindfulness educator, retreat leader, and student of Ayurveda. She has spent the last several years working in school systems throughout Massachusetts and Rhode Island, implementing groundbreaking mindfulness programs for children. She has also led yoga retreats in Costa Rica, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts, and offers yoga and mindfulness programs privately and in studios and centers throughout Massachusetts. Thank you for taking our time to do this for all of us, Meghan. And the session is being recorded, so hopefully other people will also benefit from it later on.
Thank you, Dr. Shah, for putting all of this together. And thank you, Susan, Christy, for being here. Let's begin with a pause where we'll center our attention on the breath. So come into a comfortable position with your body, and we'll take a few deep breaths together. Soften your gaze or close your eyes. And start to become aware of the movement of your breath. And on your next inhale, breathe softly into your belly. Allow your belly to lift and open, just like you're inflating a balloon. And then gently breathe out. And do that again. Breathe into a softening belly. Feel the fullness. Empty. Notice the pause at the end of your exhalation. Do that one more time. Notice the smoothness of breath as it enters your body. And feel the warmth as it leaves. Come back to natural breathing and open your eyes when you feel ready. Thank you all. And I'd like to share my PowerPoint with you. So we'll begin with brief introductions using the chat. And I will speak to the benefits of breathwork and yoga, and also offer different techniques related to stability and nourishment during these fall months. Let's use the chat though. I'd love to hear from all of you. In the chat, if you're able to, write your name, write where you're calling in from, and one high and one low of the autumn season. What do you really love about the fall, and what is one thing you don't love about the fall? So go ahead and type that in now. Yeah, I see from Susan, I love the fresh air and colorful leaves. And what's one thing you don't love so much about the fall? And I wrote in, I love the clear days. Those past few days have been so beautiful. Um, and I don't mind the cold, but I do find that I get my hands and feet get so cold and I don't go outdoors as often as I'd like. Okay. Yeah. And Dr. Shah says the cold. Susan said it's hard to think of. Yeah. Cold at night. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So these highs and lows of the fall season, and there are so many changes happening. So the changes of temperature, daylight, routine, students going back to school, maybe our own work routine is changing. So there are many different changes in this season, which are all also related to Ayurveda, the sister science of yoga, which says that during these colder months, there are some really helpful things to bring in, such as yoga poses, breath work, and also a few more things that I'll speak to in a moment. But in the midst of all of these changes, I wanted to offer this cartoon here from Off the Mark, where we've got a young person in the hammock saying, there's no use raking until all the leaves are off the trees. And then it looks like maybe a mother, grandmother saying, hey, these are stapled on. So it's like, sometimes these ways of avoiding the things, the changes that, I think all of us have experienced at some point. So how do we navigate these changes, in a healthy way and that supports stability and nourishment? And the one thing that yoga and Ayurveda recommends, especially during the autumn, is having the same routine. And that might be eating at the same time every day, exercising the same time each day, your work schedule. And if you find that it might be hard to do, you might start small with a few things each week. You maybe it's meditation, a few minutes every day at the same time. It could be something very simple like that. Another recommendation is to pause amidst transitions. So just what we did earlier as we began this talk, we paused for 3 deep breaths. This can be vital, especially when our nervous system is in a push, where we're moving quickly to get to the next place. So you might find that, as you're warming up your car, you pause and take 3 deep breaths. Or if you're out for a walk, you might pause and just soak in the sunlight on your face. And then, of course, breathing techniques, which I'll speak to in a moment, and yoga poses. And there are particular ones that support stability. But first, breath work or pranayama. One technique is alternate nostril breathing. And in Sanskrit, the words are nadi shohana. And if we break down the word, nadi is channel and shohana is purification. So this particular breathing technique clears out and purifies the energetic channels in the body. And there are many benefits to this type of breath work. It balances both the masculine and feminine energies. So for example, we can also connect this to the left and right brain, or masculine, feminine part of our brains as well, where the masculine side might be this sense of push, as I mentioned earlier, quick movement, analyzing, judging, language. So for many of us, most of our day is filled with analyzing movement, and that's okay. But if there's too much of it, this can create an imbalance of energy. So then we try to go to bed and it's really hard to fall asleep. The feminine energies, or right side of the brain, is more spatial awareness, emotional intelligence, intuition. And yoga and breathwork such as this merges and integrates both sides of the brain and energies of the body, which can bring harmony to the body and mind. And some of the benefits to this particular breathwork technique is it clears out toxins in the body, lowers stress, balances hormones, brings mental clarity, balances both sides of the brain, and it supports concentration. So I breathe with alternate nostril breathing. I meditate twice a day, in the morning and in the afternoon. And I always start with alternate nostril breathing because I find that it supports my concentration for sure. It also helps to clear out the sinuses. And we'll experience this together in a little bit. Does anyone have any questions about alternate nostril breathing? I'll also have questions at the very end, or we'll have time for questions.
I'll just, Meghan, if it's okay, I think there's a little typo there. I think it's Shodhana, D before the H.
Thank you.
I thought I'll just say because it's getting recorded and some people might then get confused.
Thank you.
Sure.
So it's Shodhana, Nadi Shodhana.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's important. And then the yoga poses. What are poses that support stability and nourishment? Well, it's important that when we start our practice that we slowly warm up. With the colder, more brittle weather, we want to gradually transition into movement and moving smoothly through the poses, almost as if you can imagine pouring oil into oil. So it's this very smooth pace through the poses. So we don't want to really jump too quickly through the poses. Also, to feel groundedness of the hands and feet on the floor can support stability as well. And chronic stress creates a weak immune system. So to counter that, we can bring in breathwork and yoga, which supports calming of the nervous system and also for our bodies and our minds, which then boosts our immune system. So let's put all of this together. I'd like you to find a comfortable position on a chair, or if you have a mat nearby, and we'll move through these techniques together. So we'll start with some yoga and then go into breathwork techniques, including alternate nostril breathing, and we'll end with a short meditation. So let's begin on our seats. And notice first your feet on the floor or on a cushion, wherever they may be. And then notice your bottom on your chair. creating a strong foundation from the hips down. Posture can be supportive as well in terms of vitality and nourishment. So notice the uprightness of your upper body. Good. Feel the sense of wakefulness in your body, yet ease. So notice ease in your shoulders. And as you breathe in, lift your shoulders up towards your ears. Breathe out, glide your shoulders down your spine. Let's do a few more shoulder rolls. Breathe in, lift your shoulders up. Breathe out, roll them back and down, and breathe in and out of your nose as much as you can. One more time, lift your shoulders and slide them back and down. Good, so gently warming up the body. Press your hands towards me. Feel the stretch in your forearms, wrists, the openness across your palms. And then roll your wrists and hands around in a circle. And roll them in the opposite direction. Place your hands back down. And let's move into a few seated cats and cows. As you breathe in, lift your chest towards me. Feel the arch in your spine. You can also lift your chin if that feels okay for your neck. As you breathe out, round your spine towards the back of your chair. Tuck your chin down towards your chest. So moving like warm water. Feel the fluidity. Breathe in, lift forward. Breathe out to round. Feel the spaciousness across your shoulders and your back. Do this a few more times. Breathe in. Breathe out and notice what feels good in your body as you move. One more time, lift your chest forward. Feel the openness across your collarbone. And then come back into a neutral spine with your shoulders over your hips. Let's gently warm up the head, neck, and shoulders. So lower your right ear down towards your right shoulder, very slowly. Pause here, but keep breathing smoothly. Feel this gentle stretch across the left side of your neck. And then slowly roll your head forward, pause here. It's helpful to hold your eyes at one point for concentration and gently feel the breath or the stretch through your neck. Slowly roll your head to your left side. And stay here for a few breaths and notice the natural ebb and flow of your breathing. And roll your head back to look up. Pause here. And then ever so slowly, as you breathe in, roll your and your head forward. Yeah, and your forehead, I guess. And as you breathe out, round your head backward. So a few head rolls. Now go in the opposite direction. Breathe in as you bring it back. And breathe out as you bring your head forward. Lift your head back up through center. And shake out your hands a little bit and your shoulders to release any tension. Come up to a standing position. Bring your arms by your sides for mountain pose. Feel the stability of your feet on the ground and all four corners of your feet. With your palms faced forward, gently lift your chest towards the front of your room, but notice a gentleness in your knees. Let's take a few fluid breaths, but add movement. So breathe in, lift your arms up. Breathe out, bring your arms down. Good. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Maybe look up. Breathe out to lower. Smooth and steady. One more time. Take a big breath in. And lower your hands. Keep your hands by your sides. Pause here with your eyes at one point for 4 to 5 breaths. Stay where you are. I'm going to put on some music for us. From mountain pose, another wonderful pose for the fall are our warriors. So bring your right foot forward in a lunge and bring your right knee right over your right ankle. Bring your left foot back so that your front heel is in line with your back arch. Now your back foot could also be in a bit more, if that's better. This is Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Notice your hips square to the left side of the room, and then bring your eyes forward towards your right middle finger. Feel your stability, but yet ease. Notice the strength in your legs, but ease in your shoulders. And on this inhale, reverse your warrior. Lower your left hand down, reach your right arm over your head. Feel the stretch. Good. And then bring your hands to your hips. Step your back foot forward towards your left foot forward towards your right foot for mountain pose. Nice. Feel your strength in your legs and take a breath in, reach your arms up. And bring your hands back down. Now what we do to one side of the body, we want to do to the other. So let's come into the left side. Bring your left leg forward into a lunge. Send your right leg back. For Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2, left leg forward. You want your front knee at a 90-degree angle and press into the pinky side of your back foot. Bring your eyes towards your left hand or a point on the wall that's not moving. This supports concentration. As you breathe in, lift your shoulders up towards your ears And as you breathe out, slide your shoulders down and take 2 more breaths here, smooth and fluid. On your next inhalation, reverse your warrior. Bring your left arm over your head. Feel this length through your left side. Lower your top hand down to your hip. Bring both hands to your hips. Step your right foot to meet your left for mountain pose. Good. Notice the center of both feet. So rooted down in that space with your awareness. And then start to bring your weight over to your right foot. Now we're going to move into a balance pose, tree pose. So if you have a chair nearby, you could also use a chair. Press into your right foot, lift your left foot onto your right leg so that your left leg is kickstanded out. It's like a kickstand out to the side. Notice a slight bend in your right leg. And if you feel balanced, you can bring your hands to your heart. So your left big toe can stay on the ground, or you could also lift your left foot on your right calf muscle. Nice. So notice, just like a tree, so grounded, feel the strength and groundedness in that bottom foot, the straight leg, and press your straight leg into your left foot. And then option to lift your arms for the last few breaths. If this is easy for you, the next step would be to sway your branches, your arms. So hold a steady gaze for 3, 2, keep breathing. 1, bring your feet together and your hands to your heart center. Pause here and take a slow breath into your belly. Open your mouth, let it go. Lift your right foot for a tree pose. You can reach for a chair again or bring your arms out to the sides. Another helpful tool is to imagine roots coming down from the bottom of your left foot. And then notice the stability of your spine, almost like there's a string lifting the top of your head up towards the sky. Feel that lift, but then lower your shoulders down. Stay here or lift your arms. Or place your right foot on your left calf muscle. Good. Notice your breath for 3, 2, 1. Bring your feet together and your arms by your sides. Take a big breath in, reach your arms up. Breathe out, bring your arms down. Our next balance pose is airplane. So step your right foot forward. You can always reach for a wall or a chair. Lift your left leg up and back. Your left foot could come up just a few inches or more. But notice a micro bend in your right leg, an option to open your arms out to the sides. Lift your gaze forward. That helps to open the heart and lift the chest forward as well. Eyes at one point, your drishti. Feel the strength in your back and in your grounded leg for 3, 2. Feel your upper body hovering. One more breath in for 1. Bring your feet together and shake it out a bit. Place your left foot down. When you're ready, take your time. Remember, we want to move smoothly, slowly through these transitions. Take a breath in. Breathe out. And when you're ready, lift your right leg. Feel the muscles above your left kneecap activated. An option to open your arms out to the sides. Now, if this is easy for you, you could also interlace your hands behind your back for more of a shoulder opener. Relax the muscles in your face. Squeeze your shoulder blades together for 2 more breaths. Take 1 more breath in and bring your feet together. Excellent. Shake out your feet and your legs. And do a little bit of bouncing on the balls of your feet. So be very slow or more rhythmic. Just release any tension from the day. Excellent. Come back to your chair. So our poses for the fall: warrior poses, tree pose, cat and cow pose. Moving with fluidity and ease. Now let's pause for some breath work, which will lead us into a meditation. In your seat, you could keep your feet on the ground or crisscross your legs. And if you're new to meditation or breath work, it's helpful to sit on a cushion. So when you sit on a cushion, it lifts your hips up to relieve any pressure on your knees. So take a moment to get set up on a cushion or in your chair. You can always place pillows under your knees too, if that's more comfortable. I tend to do that for longer meditations. So flip your palms up towards the sky and hold your eyes at one point in front of you. Bring your body to stillness. With your eyes at that one point, start to close your eyes, but see if you can still keep them still. Remember, you can always keep your eyes open too, if that's better. It's up to you. Feel your breath move right at your nose. And as you breathe in your mind, count to 4. Hold your breath at the top for the count of 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then blow out your air for the count of 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in again in your mind, count to 4. Hold for 7. Blow it out of your mouth for the count of 8. So building this concentration for the mind. Do this 2 more times. Gently focus in on the numbers. The feeling of your breath. And if your mind wanders, no problem at all. As soon as you notice, now you have a choice to stay in your thought bubble or to gently come back to the numbers and your breathing in the present moment. At the end of your next exhale, release the numbers and come back to everyday breath. And take your thumb finger out, your right hand, and your ring finger of your right hand out to prepare for alternate nostril breathing. Place your right thumb on your right nostril. Gently breathe in through your left nostril. Once you get to the top, close off your left nostril with your right ring finger and breathe out of your right nostril. Breathe in through your right. Nice and smooth. Close off the right nostril with your thumb. Breathe out of your left. Breathe in through the left. Close. Breathe out through the right. Inhale. Close. Out through the left. Breathe in. Close. Breathe out. Continue at your own pace for a few more cycles of breath. And if you notice your breath is choppy, it's okay. With practice, it can get easier to smooth it out. You can always pause for a moment to catch your breath and then begin again. Take one more breath in. And at the top, release your hand, your right hand back down to your lap. Come back to normal breathing. Notice your eyes steady, even if your eyes are closed. And start to bring your attention to your heart. Imagine in your mind a white light in your heart that's filled with love. And if that's hard to do, you can imagine someone you love who's with you, a pet, a friend, family member. Notice that feeling, generate that in your heart, and then see if you can allow that image to fall away while still holding the sense of love in your heart. And let that love expand out to your entire body. Imagine it expand. So that all the cells in the body are filled with light and love. And it expands out beyond your body so that you are enveloped in this white light. And as you hold your awareness on this light, in your mind, say, I am nourished. Feel what that feels like in your body. Say that in your mind a few more times. I am nourished. Say in your mind, I feel stability. Say this a few more times in your mind. Let those words wash through your whole body. And then release that affirmation or positive phrase. Hold your attention still on the light. And use the power of your imagination, connected to nourishment and stability. And imagine, visualize yourself going about this coming week and bringing in one or two practices. Maybe it's meditation, breathwork, routine. But imagine that you're already doing them. And notice how you feel in your body as you imagine this. And harness in on the feeling of nourishment. As you bring in these healthy routines and practices and nourish yourself, you feel better, you feel stability, and you're also able to serve others. So in these last few moments, imagine yourself totally nourished, ease, feeling ease and stability. Take a slow breath in. As you breathe out, let any image dissipate and fall away. Slowly start to open your eyes. And notice how you feel. Thank you all for your practice. And in these last few moments together, if you're able, I'd like you to find an item in your house that represents stability and nourishment. That can be a reminder for you. So it might be like, I have different stones out. So I have this stone. So take a moment now to go and find something that will represent a reminder for you of these tools and practices, and then come back. So go ahead and do that now. And then once you have it, put it in your hand and look at it. Look at all the colors, whatever it may be. Maybe it's like a little plant or something. Really take a look at it.
Everyone can come on video if you like now, just 4 of us, if you want to show what you have. This is what I got.
Oh. So Dr. Shah, you've got your mala beads. Susan, do you have anything you'd like to show us?
I did. I picked this up.
Oh,
If you can see it. It's just
Beautiful.
a little glass thing that says love.
love.
And I like to place little things around my house that say love. So when you look at it, you can feel love.
That's so nice.
Well, hold that in your hand. Whatever you have, hold it in your hand. And bring up into your mind, that feeling of love or the feeling of nourishment. What does that feel like? Stability. And then on the count of 3, we'll blow those intentions into this object. Okay, so take a big breath in. And 1, 2, 3, blow into the object, those intentions. And now this can be a reminder for you through this season to find restoration and stability. And maybe it's with the breath work, alternate nostril breathing, or yoga. But but thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much. It was so nice, Megan. It was wonderful.
Yes.
You have a very calming voice, a calming way about what you do, and it's very nice, very nice.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you.
What about Christy? Are you comfortable coming on the video? Sometimes people join when they're driving, so it's not possible. So that's fine. All right. So this was really good. I actually love this symbolism of finding something and tying an emotion and energy with it, because then it becomes like a reminder for that connection and that energy. And
Yes.
that's really good. Yeah. It's about I think, training the mind or conditioning the mind for the positives, the messaging more and
Yes.
more.
Mhm.
So that was brilliant.
It's
Thank you,
very good.
Meghan. Yeah, thank you. All
Happy to
It's
be
very
here
right.
with all of
enjoyable.
you. Mhm. Yeah.
And I think next month, probably Susan she's taken on something recently, which is very interesting. So hopefully we are going to see Susan's announcement soon. Right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
we
Yes.
have to do it by mid-November. It cannot be near Thanksgiving.
Yes.
People are totally gone into the festival mode.
I know.
Yeah.
I look forward to it. I do for sure. And I love these meetings. I miss our WHA meetings when we would
I